I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Ha, Rakakwadash, double honors unto our apostle elders which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom, Abba. This is Revelation 2, verse 16, and it's Yahushua speaking to the churches of Asia Minor, the Israelites that are the elect in Asia Minor. And, we can take instruction from this for this time that we're in now. It says in verse 16, Yahushua says, repent or else I will come unto thee quickly and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth, which shall burn you up. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches, to the elect. To him that overcometh the world will I give to eat of the hidden manna, the truth, and will give him a white stone, which you will be saved, and in the stone a new name written, which you will receive salvation, and you will enter the kingdom of heaven with a new body, which no man knoweth having, he that receiveth it. So no man knows this but the man that receives salvation. That's why we got to work out our own salvation in fear and trembling, getting right with our Maker. All right, because we're about to meet our Maker. It says in Revelation 3, Yahushua says, let me cross-reference this real quick. So this is Revelation 3, verse 21. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne in the chariot which he comes upon, even as I also overcame and am set down with my Father in his throne, which he overcame the world, and now he sits at the right hand of the Father, waiting to return on a throne fit for judgment. It says in Revelation 2, verse 7, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life, which the righteousness of the hopeful elect is a tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai, and that's why the earth will be in righteousness and not wickedness, because the tree in the midst will be the righteous tree, which will be the elect of Israel, which, as even in our our most poorest lives, we still teach righteousness like a living fountain of water, which we, bring life unto our people. The ones that reject it, they're going to receive death. See? But in the kingdom of heaven, the nations are going to come from all over to ask us of the way of life, because it's with us. And let me grab that in Proverbs 11. Make sure I said it correctly. Proverbs 11:30. It says, the fruit of the righteous, of the works of the righteous, is a tree of life, and he that winneth souls is wise. See, there you go. So you have to come to us to know what is salvation in the Bible. And if you're allowed it, whether you're an Israelite or you're a heathen. It says in Revelation 12, verse 11, because the heathen, they have no salvation. It's only for the Israelites. And it says in Revelation 12, verse 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, Yahweh's sacrifice, and by the word of their testimony, which we testify of Yahushua, which is the spirit of prophecy. And they love not their lives unto the death, because we know we got something greater coming. And the Edomite, the so-called white man, the red devil the Bible speaks of, he's going to persecute us and make it mandatory that everyone has an implantable microchip, the mark of the beast, which he's going to use deception, but the elect shall not be deceived, for we have the truth, and there is no deceit in our mouth. It says in 1 John 5, verse 4, for whatsoever is born of power, which our power is Yahweh, through Yahweh Shai do we receive our power, overcometh the world. And this is the victory that overcometh the world, even our faith. We already got faith. So it shows you that we are already receiving our salvation. All right? But it's going to be in fullness when Yahweh Shai returns on the chariot, fit for judgment with the host of heaven following him. 1 John 5:5, who is he that overcometh the world, but he that believeth that Yahweh Shai is the Son of Yahweh. So you got to believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and you got to believe that Yahweh raised Yahweh Shai from the dead, and you got to walk in that faith. You can't just act like you believe. It says in Revelation 14 and 12, it says, here is the patience of the saints. Patience, we waiting for Yahweh to send Yahweh Shai to save us, the saints which are sanctified through the word, the Israelites that believe on Yahweh Shai as it is written. Here are they that keep the commandments, that remember and observe his ways as righteousness of Yahweh, and the faith of Yahweh Shai, which we believe Yahweh Shai is coming back. That's why you got so-called UFOs, over America. If you look it up, where are the most sightings of so-called UFOs? It's America. See? Why? Because we are the biblical Hebrew Israelites. You have enslaved us. And Yahweh Shai is coming back with the host of heaven on a throne, which these are thrones. These chariots, they're thrones, which Yahweh Shai is going to ride upon. And as you can see that light that comes through the bottom, that's why it's going to, it says fire as an everlasting fire. And he's going to dissolve the enemy with that. The armies, the militaries of Edom that are gathered in the valley of Jehoshaphat, he's going to melt them with that light. All right, and he's going to save us with that same light. When Yahweh Shai returns, he's going to send his angels to gather his elect from the four corners of the earth. That's in Matthew 24 and 30. And 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And then after that, nuclear destruction. All right. I'll just get it in Revelation 6 and verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. Why do you think they're making bunkers? Right? The billionaire bunkers. It says, yes, some billionaires are building luxury bunkers. Yes, some billionaires are building luxury bunkers, often as a part of broader survivalist or security strategies. So what are they trying to survive? And what are they afraid of? It says, verse 16 of Revelation 6, And said it says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, Yahweh, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? And this is the real image of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, but his real name is Yahweh Shai, and he is in honor the son of Yahweh. All right, the only begotten son of Yahweh. We are adopted, who are Israelites. We are adopted to Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, which was sacrificed, died and resurrected, and now lives forever. And the scriptures are right there. You do well if you go look them up for yourself and read. It says, blessed is the man that readeth these scriptures with understanding, which I just told you what those scriptures mean. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa ba ba ba.